We get it. Strong couples share certain things in common and maybe, have intercourse 10 times per week, having pillow fights, allowing yourself to really let go with the person that you love. That's definitely a sign that you're built to last. It's just the fact that both of you realize that even in your monogamous relationship, one person cannot and should not meet all of your needs. So in other words, strong couples nurture healthy friendship outside of their friendship. Now, I'll be giving you underrated signs to prove that you could possibly be in a very strong relationship. We get it. Strong couples share certain things in common and maybe, have intercourse 10 times per week. They talk out their problems, they cry in each other's arms, and they never go to bed angry. But there is much more to a healthy, stable, fulfilling relationship than, just ticking the supposed boxes of what constitute perfection. Now, there are unconventional, subtle, and simple things solid couples should do every day, even without realizing it. Number one, they play together, because being in a strong relationship is about so much more than spending time together. It's about being able to open up and really play together without feeling self-conscious with one another. Having the ability to relax and be as carefree as a child will definitely bring you closer to your partner, and it's an underrated sign that you have a strong relationship going. Honestly, I feel like couples who tend to play together have the high tendency of maintaining stress better together as a team. I'm not talking about sex games here, although those are so important as well in a relationship to keep it going. I'm talking about real ass games, tossing a ball around, having pillow fights, allowing yourself to really let go with the person that you love. That's definitely a sign that you're built to last. Now, if you as a couple, you both perform sweet acts of service, now that's an underrated sign that you have a strong relationship going. And by no means should your partner become your slave or act like a doormat to your every obnoxious wimp, all right? Like, for example, if my partner brings coffee to me every single morning in bed or brings me food, that's going to be the most lovely part of my day. And it will definitely help me start the morning, on a right foot. Now get it. It's not something that he needs to do, but it's something that he willingly wants to do it. Now, when you're in a solid partnership, you do things for each other that are relatively little reminders of your adoration for each other. It helps you keep the romance alive. But when he doesn't do it, don't get upset and think it is his duty to always do so, or he has lost touch with you because he no longer does that. It's just an act of service out of his adoration for you. So don't take it for granted when he does it. Now, strong couples that have strong friend groups and people that they can rely or depend on outside of their relationship, they have a strong bond going together. And if you have that in your relationship, then that's an underrated sign that your relationship is strong. It's just the fact that both of you realize that even in your monogamous relationship, one person cannot and should not meet all of your needs. So in other words, strong couples nurture healthy friendship outside of their friendship, outside of your mutual friendship, right? They practice self-care. And they recognize that it is not appropriate or realistic to expect your partner to be your everything. So being with a person forever means that that person is your best friend. You could tell them anything, but that doesn't mean that they should be the only person that you could lean on, because if you become so transfixed on one person that you allow your other relationship crumble or suffer, you begin to toe the line of codependency rather than operating within a healthy, stable relationship. Okay? So if you are in a relationship where you both don't just make assumptions, you actually make an effort to check on each other, then that's a sign that you both have something going strongly for you. Because too often we get wrapped up inside our own heads and forget that we need to consider the feelings of another person. The truth is that assumptions about time, expectations, obligations, and even behavior can lead to hurt, could lead to feelings of hurt, and sometimes even way worse. So understand that in a healthy relationship, the desire to keep your partner's needs and happiness in mind should be a must. So if you can inform each other about your plans ahead of time and you aren't sketchy about providing basic information, it's a sure sign that your relationship is strong. Trust me, this is not about keeping a watchful eye on your partner like some psycho jealous nutcase, all right? But it's about wanting to keep each other in the loop like adults, like lovers, all right? Now, if your partner can offer you empathy over straight up advice, then you've got something strong going on there. Being in a solid relationship means being able to tell your partner the truth about yourself, the truth about your past. And you know, communication is not all about weathering the storm of honesty. Sometimes it's about offering empathy when your partner desperately needs it. So strong couples get curious about each other and engage with each other's, emotional worlds. They listen to each other deeply without trying to fix themselves. Sometimes it isn't the harsh truth that your partner needs to hear, but rather they need you to understand and support them, and that you're willing to help them find a solution to the obstacle in their lives. And finally, when you both share your hopes and desires about the future regularly, that's it. That's a sign. That's a sign. You know the thing about strong couples, yeah? They have no qualms about discussing the future because they know the future is going to be one that they would want to share. Because when you're on the same page, you take no issues, just talking about what you want to do in the future with each other. You have no qualms talking about when it is right for both of you to get married or how many kids you would like to have in the future. It's never going to be difficult, a topic for you to talk about. Because when you're truly in love with someone, you don't leave them in the dark. In fact, it will never occur to you to do so, okay? But nevertheless, it's important for you to communicate your feelings about everyday happenings in your life as well. Strong couples stay in contact, not just in contact, in constant contact, sharing everything that you're feeling on any given day. Look, the truth is, when you keep each other's mood in check, what you're actually doing is that you're building a strong foundation upon which everything else would rest upon, all right? So if you've got all of these underrated signs that a lot of people tend to overlook, then you are certainly in a very strong relationship. Trust me on that one. And with that, I bring this video to a close. Until my next video, keep living the fab life. Don't you forget that my name is Jane Lawrence, and you ought to subscribe to my channel because I've got a lot of content that I bring out every day and every week. Until next time, I love you.